I'm Seva and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be helping you guys gain some weight. So for those of you out there who don't have an appetite, I'm here for you. Now, before I get into the video, make sure to give this video a nice thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss out on my videos. Alright, let's get started. So, I feel like losing weight and how to lose weight and fit teas and skinny teas and blah 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 is such a topic, but not many people talk about gaining weight. And those of you out there who are trying to gain weight and it's hard for you to gain weight and you're too skinny and skinny shaming, it's a thing. Believe me, I've been through it. So I'm here for you guys. So I'm going to help you guys try to gain some weight with a really simple little meal plan. I'm just going to tell you guys more about it and why maybe you might be experiencing this and what you can do about it. So I've made videos in the past about, how to gain muscle. I can link that right up here. And again, I will say it, skinny shaming is a thing. You can bully people for being skinny. It goes both ways. I've had my own experiences. My siblings have had their own experiences. I told you in the past, we're like our little string beans, I would call us. I go to the gym now. I don't play sports anymore like I used to, but trying to gain some muscle. Trying to do my thing here. But eating is very important. You're not going to be seeing, a weight change in a positive way, like gaining some weight or gaining muscle without eating food. But if you don't have much of an appetite, that might be hard for you guys. Now, there's a million reasons why you might have a suppressed appetite. It doesn't mean that you have anorexia. It doesn't mean that you don't. It's just there's different reasons. This might just be something that you have developed as you've gotten older. This might be something that has happened, you've been really nervous or anxious lately or have a lot of anxiety with everything that's going on. You just don't have an appetite. You just don't feel like eating, you don't feel like doing anything. Maybe you guys are going through something, maybe there's some grief, maybe there's a million different reasons. I know some people are experiencing changes with their smell still from COVID or recovering from the coronavirus. I've made a video on my channel as well all about that. I've made a couple different videos that I can link up here. So certain things don't taste good anymore or don't smell good anymore or just taste or smell different and it's putting you off to certain foods. So all of this is under the umbrella of I don't have an appetite. So of course, things that you can do at home is, increase your calorie intake, having, more protein in your diet. That doesn't mean it has to be animal protein. There's tons of other ways to get protein in your diet. Having, small meals throughout the day can help you too, instead of having like giant meal. Maybe you want to have a couple, few different smaller meals throughout the day. Or even, incorporate some nutritious snacks along the way. It doesn't have to be like whole big meals all the time. Every time that you're just like, I don't even feel like eating this, I can't finish it, and this is just a waste. But most importantly, like I always say, listen to your body. So if you are here, hopefully that is why, you're listening to your body, or, you're trying to help somebody else out, or you're just curious on the topic. But even if this isn't something that you personally are going through right now, please always listen to your body. Your body knows best. Just really pay attention day to day, week to week, month to month. Your body is always constantly changing, and there's a ton that you can do to help. But a lot of the time, people find their appetite being suppressed, when they're sick or when they're recovering from being sick. So I've had a lot of people tell me about the symptom with the coronavirus or having COVID that, they had no appetite. Like they knew they had to be eating things and they just weren't hungry and they didn't know what to do and yada yada. So of course, you need to be having good nutritional intake, okay? Like an increase in good nutrition when you're trying to get over an illness or a sickness or a virus or anything like that. You gotta think about it. Your body is fighting. It's trying. It's like, I don't want to feel this way anymore. And if you're not feeding it or giving it anything to work with, it's just gonna and just whimper. It's not gonna be happy. Now maybe you have a different reason altogether. Maybe you're just like, I'm too busy, I don't have the time, I get up, I get out the door, I get my kids ready, I go straight to work, I don't really have time to eat when I'm at work, I come home, I'm dead, I'm tired, I want to go to bed, I barely eat throughout the day, I have coffee and little snacks from Wawa, and I'm not really eating anything nutritious. Or maybe, you know, you get a lot of physical activity in throughout the day, so you're constantly burning and burning and burning and burning calories, and you're not really replenishing at all, so you're constantly in a deficit. Now, I've talked about calorie surpluses and deficits on my channel before. I can link some videos if you guys want, but that's really important here. So if you're trying to maintain a weight or to gain weight, you're not going to do so by maintaining the calories that you're at, or by even, you know, being in a deficit. Or maybe you're completely normal, but then, you know, the physical activity you have throughout the day brings you down to a deficit. So really got to keep an eye on that. Calories in, calories out, energy, it's very simple. So I have I think a pretty useful tip here. So I talk about this a lot with my friends about drinks. So a lot of times you don't realize it, but drinks you don't even like consider as like food or anything, right? So you're consuming beverages and drinks all the time, which have a ton of calories and a ton of stuff inside, and you can actually be filling up on different drinks and beverages rather than food. So if you already have a suppressed appetite, you're not really feeling that full. I mean, you feel full like very easily, sorry. Drinking a ton of these beverages or really fizzy drinks and things like that isn't going to help you, because they're going to be making you feel more full, which typically don't supply you with much nutrition. It's like minimal nutrition, all these beverages, but you're getting really full from it. You're not eating like the actual good whole foods and nutritional foods that you should be eating. Or with fizzy drinks and sodas and things like that, all of the gas can make you feel really full. So I would definitely try to avoid those in the meantime. Or if you are grabbing a drink for something, I mean, always hydrate, but if you are grabbing a drink or whatever it is, make sure to grab like a snack or something with it, so you're actually getting some food in your system too. So you never want to miss meals. Now, I always say that my body, I kind of have like a natural fast, like when I first wake up in the morning, but everybody's different. Like I said, always listen to your body, but you never want to just skip meals. Like you go throughout the day. I mean, I'm human, believe me. I've been busy, I've done things throughout the day, and I'm like, oh my god, what time is it? I haven't even like eaten today. Terrible. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, it's gonna happen sometimes, but don't make that a habit. And especially if you're coming here and you're trying to feel better and do better, just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, is this really helping me? Is this really pushing me towards my goals? If I want to gain weight, I'm not feeling very hungry, and like I'm skipping meals, I know I should be eating something. Like just keep that mind over matter. Just keep that in your head and really think about it. I'm telling you. Also, another good tip is having multiple meals throughout the day, like I had said earlier. So I know Sean has gone through things like this before, where we would, you know, meal prep, and we've tried a million different things. So if I told you, go ahead and eat 6 meals a day, you might be like, girl, 6 meals? What do you think I am, Houdini? Who's making all of these meals? How am I getting them all down? What time do I have? Are you crazy? I know. But for someone like you, it might be easier for you to have, you know, 6 smaller meals, or maybe you want to call them snacks. I know it's probably not the best word to call it, because I don't mean, you know, grab a bag of chips and that's a meal. But it might be easier for you having smaller little meals throughout the day. You can time it out when you want, or whatever you guys want to do, rather than like sitting down and having a giant meal that you're just looking at and getting very intimidated about, and you're not hungry, you know you're not going to eat that, and you don't want to waste it, and then like, so it might be beneficial for you. And the reason I said, you know, a snack and just be careful is because a meal, one of those 6 meals, could very well be a nutritious snack. You know what I mean? So if it's, you know, mid-afternoon and you're not really like that hungry, and you know, lunch isn't until like a few hours, but you want to get something into your system, maybe you're feeling tired, you want some, whatever it might be, maybe you want to go grab some veggies with some hummus, or grab some fruit, or like grab something, grab a food bar, or grab some nuts, I don't know, grab something, and like just put in your mind like, okay, that is a meal. You know what I mean? It's not like a protein, a carb. It's not like a whole well-balanced, like you have your starch and your veggie and your fruit, but like it's something, and it's getting you started, and it's just creating that habit of like, okay, every few hours I'm going to eat like something, and then your body is going to be getting used to that, and you're going to be looking for something. You're going to be looking for energy. You're going to be looking for a little mini meal like that. You just want to create some habits here. It's really, really simple. I'm not telling you guys to do anything really difficult. It's just about doing it and about the consistency. So don't, watch this video and get all excited and you're like, okay, let me just write, I'm going to have this tomorrow and I'm going to feel good. And you go and you do that, and then the next day you wake up and you're like, man, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to eat. Oh, there's cake in the fridge. I'll snack on that. Like, you gotta be consistent. And like I said, listen to your body, and your body is only going to react and respond to these things if, like, that is the new you. If you're doing this consistently and your body is getting used to that, it's able to make those changes and make you feel good and gain some weight. It's not gonna happen tomorrow, in a week, overnight. It doesn't work that way. You gotta be consistent. I've also made a video on the Mediterranean diet that I can link right up here, but there they talk about how the Mediterranean diet is kind of like an experience. It's a whole experience. When you go and sit down and have a meal, you're with friends or you're with family or you're just relaxed. So that's a good tip here. Just be relaxed. Just chill out, have your little meal. Don't worry about working. Don't worry about anything. Just sit, focus, eat. Don't be on social. Don't do anything. Just focus, relax. And chew your food really, really well. Don't scarf anything down and make you feel very, super full and you know what I mean? Everyone always makes fun of me for how long it takes me to eat or how much I chew and all this stuff, and it's like, I'm just taking my time, and I never feel like disgusting after I eat like a huge meal because I don't overdo anything or scarf anything down or whatever. I just take my time, I just eat, and I just enjoy what I'm doing. But most importantly, you want to eat a wide variety of food. So don't just, have the same 3 things or whatever, 2 things every single day, and like you get bored and whatever. A good variety is always best. You're getting a bunch of different vitamins and minerals and nutrients from all different types of foods. Remember all the different colors and everything like that. So it'll help not to be bored and have no appetite on top of it. So another thing here is fortifying foods. So do you guys know what that is? Do you know what that is? I don't know. I'll tell you. So this is a good way for you guys to improve your nutritional intake, but without necessarily like increasing the foods that you're intaking. So that might sound confusing. So let me give you some examples. So you can use olive oil on your salad, right? Or you can, have a hard-boiled egg and chop that up and put that on top of a salad. Or maybe you're making, pancakes or a cake or something. Maybe you want to add in an extra egg there. Cheese is a good one here if you're lactose intolerant. There are other options. Otherwise, that's a really good option. So put it on your veggies, add it to your eggs, like your omelets, things like that. Your potatoes, soups, beans. You can really add cheese to like almost everything. Something like honey can be added to foods to increase its energy. So I usually will add honey or something like that to, a breakfast cereal to add in something there. Or maybe you want to use, a yogurt or an evaporated milk or condensed milk to something more sweet so it gives you more nutritional value, stuff like that. Okay, so I know snacks are going to be a big thing for you guys out there who don't have much of an appetite because it's just something easy to pick on, and it's not as intimidating as like this giant meal that you're like, I can't, I'm already looking at it, this plate looks huge, and like you'd rather just like a little snack. So I have some ideas for you. Breakfast cereals are awesome. Some cheese or little crackers or biscuits with, or even if you wanted to do an apple instead of the cheese, really good. Sandwiches, you guys know how much I love my sandwiches. And rice pudding is a big one for me. I have a link right up here of how I make the Greek rice pudding. So good. Protein shakes are always good here. Like I said, you don't want to, ever never eat meals and only make a shake. But if you're somebody, like I said, who has suppressed appetite, or you don't really have an appetite and you're looking to get in a meal throughout the day and it's easier for you to drink something, I would rather you drink that than skip a meal. Every day, please, never skip a meal. Eggs on toast is another good one. So like I said, I have like a natural fast, so sometimes, I'm not eating breakfast or something until like noon. So maybe I'm like a little more hungry or whatever it might be, and like I don't want to have like too much. Maybe I'll have a snack later or whatever. So instead of just having, eggs with some tomatoes or whatever, I'll make a sandwich and I'll put my eggs like on a piece of toast to make sure that I'm having those extra calories in. Yogurt is really good too. There's so many different things you can do with yogurt. I like, making my own little yogurt bowl, so I have different granolas or different dried fruits. You can add nuts, that way you're not just having plain yogurt. Maybe you want to add some fruit, whatever it is you want to do. It's a really good way to get a nice little snack in. Another good tip is, I wouldn't say meal prepping, but I would say, preparing meals beforehand or freezing them or whatever it is you guys might want to do. I make a ton of recipes on my channel where I tell you, you can freeze them beforehand, or like it's super easy, super convenient. When I made that whole series of the different shakes and smoothies, I made so many of them. I've frozen so many of them, and anytime I want a smoothie or I'm in the mood for like a snack, or I just got finished at the gym and whatever it might be, and I'm looking for something, but I don't really feel like making something, I'm like, ooh, I have like a gazillion smoothies in freezer bags in the freezer, and I just thaw them out like a little bit in under the sink, like in my freezer bag, and then I just put it right back into my NutriBullet, and boom, I have a smoothie in like literally 2 seconds. So, especially when something is so easy and convenient like that I've prepared beforehand, that already didn't take like much time at all, it just easier, more convenient for you to go ahead and eat something, make a meal. Like, that's not an excuse. Don't sit and be like, oh, I don't feel like making anything, so you're just not going to eat. Like, go ahead, thaw something out that you've made before, go in your freezer, grab something that you had frozen or whatever it might be, or meal prep or whatever it is, just so that it's there for you when you want it. Now, you'll see in a lot of these kind of meal plan videos that I make, a lot of times will talk about cereals or sandwiches and things like that. Now, yes, that's something that I like, but a lot of the reason that I give that to you guys is because it's just so easy and convenient for you guys to prep at your house yourself. It doesn't take, 5 hours to make a nice nutritious sandwich or to make like a hot cereal or whatever it might be. It's really easy and simple, and there's no excuse not to be getting the nutrients in. Okay, so now comes the meal plan. So again, as always, use this as a sort of skeleton. So go ahead and swap things out if you can't have it or you don't like that. But definitely keep this as like your little base and go from there. So for breakfast, you're going to want to have a nice cereal, whether that's hot or cold. And you're going to want to use a fortified milk. And you can add a sweetener here. Like I said, I typically use honey. If you don't want to use that, you can go ahead and use cane sugar, granulated sugar, whatever kind of sweetener that you guys like. I use monk fruit sweetener all the time too. Here you're going to want to have a nice piece of toast and either a butter or a jam or something like that. Even almond butter, peanut butter, anything like that if you guys like that. Now you're going to want to have a nice glass of some fruit juice here. Now really try to have an actual like real fruit juice and not something that's, just all artificial sweetener or sugar or anything like that. Then for a snack, a nice dense like milk, an oat milk, an almond milk. If you don't like cow's milk, will do great here. Or also something, like a biscuit, a Belvita, a cracker, and then a nice fruit here. So you can put that on the cracker, you can have it on the side, whatever it is that you guys want. Then for lunch, you're going to want some veggies, something high in fiber, so some baked beans. I like to have chickpeas all the time, so that's what I like. And then another piece of toast here. You can put the beans on the toast, you can put them on the side, whatever it is that you guys want. And you're going to want to use some, olive oil or something like that here. And then a yogurt would be great if you guys, like I said earlier, want to have a nice, thick yogurt, a full-fat yogurt preferably here for you guys with some fruit. If you want to add in some, granola or some nuts or seeds or things like that. And a great snack too is going to be your protein shake or weight gain shake or whatever it is that you guys have. Maybe you want to add, an extra scoop, like 2 instead of 1. I would recommend using a milk or something here with more calories than just adding water to your protein powder. Then for dinner, you're going to want to have your protein. So, something like chicken or a fish. I've been having flounder a lot lately. And then my favorite, mashed potatoes. And if for some reason you guys don't like mashed potatoes or potatoes because you're crazy, then you can go ahead and add a rice instead. Vegetables are going to be good here too. If you can, I would make them in sort of like a sauce just for some extra calories. And then maybe you want to have, a pudding or something like that for dessert. And then I don't typically have like a late night snack. I know in college they would call it a midnight snack when we would do, we would write down like different things in the area that people would be eating, and it was called a midnight snack, which I don't know why, because not everyone eats a snack at midnight or something. So I would just say like maybe about an hour before you go to bed. I would recommend you having another like dense beverage, like a milk or something like that, and then pick another snack that I had listed from the list. Maybe, a piece of toast or biscuits or crackers or something like that about an hour before you go to bed. But that is all I have for this little meal plan, you guys. So I hope you liked it. I hope you guys learned something new. If you did like it, make sure to give this video a nice thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss none of my videos. And share this video with anybody who, finds it really hard to gain weight or to eat or doesn't have much of an appetite, or just share it for the general public. Maybe you will help somebody without even realizing it. And as always, if you want to get my exclusive nutrition tips, healthy food recommendations, and delicious recipes right to your inbox, then make sure to head over to my description box, click the link, and join the fam. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!